Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Break the Record Live featuring Dark Souls Remastered. Break the Record Live is a 3-day time trial marathon competitive event where we have 7 of the top runners of Dark Souls Remastered, all vying for the top spot in the all bosses category. The intention is to break the record live, and I can happily say that we have broken the record. On day 2, Catalyst broke his own record and got a 102.30, but today we had 2 brand new world records back to back from Oldsku first and then Catalyst striking back immediately. All of the runners have started off their weekend with a no reset run, and since then have been grinding times, doing as many resets, as much practice as they wanted to do, and just put as much time into the game, or as little as time into the game as possible, to see who can get the fastest run. This is day 3, and we're coming up to the finale. At 1 AM CET, we will lock out any new runs from starting, and it's currently 11:30. So an hour and a half to go until these runners are going to be locked into their final run to see what they can do. We're just currently joining Catalyst, finishing off the Ornstein and Smorg fight, as we're going to see exactly how that goes, and we'll see that timer coming up very, very shortly. My name is Bowie the Hero, I'm your host, and I'm joined by Red and Kermit, 2 of the Speedsouls community casters, sent me through these runs. Looking pretty good. Both Catalyst and Oldsku back on fantastic runs, and still in the green, the pair of them.
Cat losing a little bit of time, but he's still on that ONS fight, but it looked a little hairy towards the end, you know. Smo not quite wanting to behave himself, chased him around the columns, but yeah, he did get the kill, he did get the victory.
Still ahead, yeah, and as we see, as we were mentioning as well, Oldsku is, trailing behind on they're both on one run, they're just a little bit behind. Oldsku started his 4 minutes later, goes for the parry just to make sure he's safe there, which is pretty good. I noticed as well that Oldsku goes for an early jump over here and then dashes down, which is kind of nice. Just to kind of get off the beams.
Number of this. It's slightly faster, like 1.4 seconds, I think, after someone timed it for some reason. Yeah, and apparently he's very consistent. Usually runners don't go for it because you can't just miss the jump sometimes and you lose multiple seconds instead of saving a bit over 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, Oldsku seems to be very consistent at it, getting that 1 second time save in every time.
The only person I think I see really go for it often is Zaz. Zaz trained. He seems to go for it like every single time, but I've not seen many others do it.
Yeah, so not in this event, so I think in this event Oldsku's the only one who goes for it.
Yeah.
Cheeky little jump there.
As we're waiting for Catalyst to be picked up, as he's pretending to be an egg, it's time to bring up the leaderboard just to kind of give you guys a little overview of how the standings currently are. There's a $5,000 prize pool at play here, courtesy of Kaspersky. And if you have a look at that leaderboard, you'll see exactly how the standings look, the time they have, their qualifying time, as well as the prize money they're taking home. The winner will be taking home $1,500, with seventh place taking home $300. So fantastic runs all weekend from all runners, has to be said. Everyone's been improving. I think everyone's got a true PB at this point, I think. Apart from, I think Gentov might have I think Gentov got a true PB as well. So yeah, it's been really great progress across the board. Oh yes. So we're having this. Sorry, go ahead.
So speaking of Gentov, he and Oldsku are literally neck and neck right now, both going into the ONS fight. Don't know if we'd want to switch over and watch one of those too.
We certainly can. We haven't seen Gentov for a bit, so we'll have Gentov on screen just to see, because we haven't seen him. And we'll keep Oldsku's in the back of our mind. You can see the time difference as well between them in terms of like just the speed that they're trying to put out. Oldsku starting it first, a little bit of safety from Gentov just to make sure. There's the dive for Oldsku. Early evade. There's the stagger. Okay. Good from... It looks like both runners. Oh, man. Gentov having a fantastic one, but... Oh, hammer block.
Oh, he uses that space between Smar and the hammer there to get a shot in. Nicely done.
And also kind of using this opportunity to get as close to the door as possible as well. because obviously our runners need to be close to the elevator because the cycles do begin as soon as you finish it. Olsku getting his finish there, nice. Second phase. Few too many shots being blocked by the hammer on Gentov's side though.
Yeah, I see the head shake coming out. Not quite satisfied, but he got past. And it's looking for an improvement of his BB definitely here.
Roughly 12 seconds, 13 seconds slower there in the fight. Like if we say they went in at basically the exact same time.
So comparing again, looking at like Olsku and Catalyst. Catalyst getting his ONS split at 17:15, and it was looking like 17:20. Oh no, I think he either forgot to split Olsku, but around like that 17:20 mark. So yeah, about 5 seconds separate them in terms of speed right now and pace coming out of Ornstein and Smorg. So that's looking pretty nice. After that as well, you'll see our runners do the final dupe. So yeah, they bought arrows, 999 arrows. The game kind of stores that last kind of like numbered prompt like that. It's kind of stores in the game's memory. And so because they have like 999 selected after buying that many arrows, the next time they do the soul dupe or the pocket dupe to kind of overlay multiple menus, they kind of access the use a soul, use an item menu whilst also having the brightness menu over the top, and it basically picks up that remembered and kind of stored value of 999, allowing them to then use that soul that they have 999 times, because it kind of like overwrites the amount of souls they actually have, which allows our runners to then level up and do the final level up in the game, to get like 97 intelligence, 45 endurance or dexterity.
Yeah, it's Dex, yeah. For the
Dex.
cast
45
speed.
dexterity, I think 40 endurance as well.
40 endurance.
Just because you need a lot of endurance to block Calamete's fire breath 3 times without breaking your guard and getting hit.
Hoping. Okay, there we go. Olsku finally realized that he hadn't split. So a little bit of time loss on Stray Demon, Soul Demon, for Catalyst. So he's still ahead, 0.9 seconds though. The Hydra does go down. He's going to be releasing Princess Dusk from the Golden Golem here, and this is for Hidden Body, I believe.
Yeah.
And also for side quest purposes as well. It's not just for Hidden Body.
Yeah. Also, yeah, for DLC and the access, and also to get the Crown of Dusk, which will be behind the portal to the DLC, which gives them a nice 20% buff to magic, which will be used greatly later on. Yeah, 20. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, the access to the DLC area in Dark Souls 1 is like the most convoluted thing ever. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if people who got the original DLC back for the original game just didn't find the DLC they just bought. Because you enter the DLC by first you have to kill the Hydra, then you have to reload the area so the golem spawns back there, and you have to kill the golem. Then you have to kill the golem in the archives after you kill that golem, so that golem drops you the broken pendant. And if you get the pendant and go back to the cave where the first golem is behind Hydra, then you can warp into the DLC. That's like, how do you find this on your own, really?
I could not have found that.
Yeah, like imagine killing the golem in archives before killing the golem in after Hydra. You just don't get an item. You're like, all right, I guess that's it. Why would you ever kill it again?
I mean, this level of specificity is kind of like a thing that I've actually kind of always attributed to Souls as well. Because if you think about, looking back to its predecessor in Demon Souls, obviously that kind of game came out, first. But and like the world tendency and how very specific things happened at specific points based on world tendency, and like you had to kind of do things in very particular orders to see everything, and it's like this massive puzzle that the game's kind of put forward, and it kind of benefits the multiple playthroughs, and the game goes into like a new game plus anyway, just naturally. So it's kind of it invites that that further exploration and experimentation. But just getting it right
is a thing of the whole series. That's true. Just the game mechanics being as convoluted as the lore.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the thing to be championed. Like, I mean, it's kind of one of those things about the series. It's kind of like, you know, heralded for the fact that lauded for the fact rather that, you know, it never holds your hand. It just lets you get to it. You know,
it gives you like, it tells you what each button does, and then it just sets
Yeah.
you loose. That was one thing I really enjoyed about the game the first time I played it. No hand holding. It was just go.
Yeah, that's
do-
definitely
just
one
do
aspect of
things.
these games. People either love or hate.
Yeah. Speaking of convoluted, just to briefly mention a different game for Dark Souls 2, to find the Dark Lurker, one of the bosses, that's an incredibly convoluted thing. Like, I had to Google how to find
Yeah.
it. To find a certain NPC, talk to him in 3 different locations, then you have to go through 3 different little locations and fight your way through these places, and at the end of the 3rd one you find Dark Lurker.
classic.
But if you fail that fight, you need to go and do one of the caves again just to do the fight again. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. A little update between Kata and Olsku's time difference. 1945 Stray Demon Olsku, 1942 for Catalyst. So still very, very close between the two of them. Dan is entering the Ornstein and Smorg fight. We'll see how that goes in the background. That's how it went.
yeah, let's look how it goes. All about that. Unfortunate there. I see
it's nice we've got
coming
so
up
many fights.
On Hydra.
Yeah. So many
Hydra
fights past the Nest though. Sorry, you can go.
Yeah, the Hydra fight is actually fairly comfortable. Definitely have seen all bosses' routes where this fight is actually kind of hard. Again, we're apparently missing a spear or something. So usually you want to just cut 3 heads for 3 spears, which deals enough damage to kill Hydra completely. So fun little side note for your casual playthroughs. Body of Hydra actually has more health than all heads combined. But luckily the game kills Hydra for you if you can cut off the last head. Either way.
Looking around as well, other runs. We've got Nax as well resetting as Dan Flesh is kind of finishing that run up there. We've got again another hour and 20 until we lock in these final runs. It's getting to that point where, you know, it's getting closer and closer to that point where, you know, you're going to have to just kind of either decide what's going to happen. Seath going down for Iron Boy, saving a little bit of time, which is looking quite good. Minus 3.3 for him. Nice. We like it. Quickly pop the off AFK there as Gentoff, you know, looking to get one of those big ones. His sum of best is a 104 and his event time is a 112, so it's like the potential is so huge on this man. Just needs to see one out, you know, just needs that run to go the way it needs to go.
Yeah, and Olsku and Cutter are still 3 seconds apart after Hydra split as well. No changes there.
God, these two, man. It's actually insane between the two of them.
Dan taking a short break here.
Yeah, I think he
I'll
needs
get a
one.
drink.
He's lost a few runs recently, so it's kind of one of those things you want to kind of get done.
Just walk it off.
Reminder as well that if you have been enjoying the show and kind of liking what you've been seeing, make sure to kind of keep up to date with ESA Marathon. You can follow them here on Twitch, obviously. And if you're watching via the YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube. On Twitter as well, ESA Marathon, you can find them. And they've got plenty of speedrunning content throughout the year going on. And it's just nice to see. Loads of places to keep up to date with them. But consider supporting. As looks like Iron Boy jumping into the DLC, grabs his crown and in he goes. We'll see how this first fight goes for him.
Yeah. Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, I think we can bring it up for a little bit.
Please.
Let's bring up Iron Boy.
Yeah, so we want a stagger of Soul Mask and Soul Spear on Guardian as soon as possible.
Here's the melee. Good combo. Don't dash.
Ooh. All right.
That was,
Oh,
Wow, that was clutch timing on the roll there.
yeah. Don't think you can cut it much closer.
Yeah, so a small fun fact for Guardian as well, since you saw it there. If he does the melee attack and he alternates between head attacks and paw attacks, he will do a 4-hit combo if you stand within range. If he does 2 paws or 2 heads, he will stop there, and it is a 2-hit combo. So that's something the runners look out for here as well.
Man, that is a butt clencher right there. Okay, next coming up is Artorias. We've seen a few runs get taken down by Artorias, actually.
He's a jumpy boy.
Yeah, very jumpy. And it's seemingly larger hitboxes than it can sometimes seem.
Yeah.
I remember seeing, I believe it was, I want to say it was Dan who got clipped on the way out, like jumping out to the right, to the left of the strike coming in. And it looked like he just kind of like, yeah, it didn't seem like he was in the place, in the way to get hit, but still managed to take a hit. So a bit odd looking, at least. It might have just been the camera angle, but we'll see how it goes for Iron Boy. I noticed Iron Boy took a different route after the bridge, went to the right rather than to the left. I see most people go to the left. Is that kind of like just runner's choice, or?
So the right is what you use in routes without hidden body, because that's where you get through without getting hit. I think the left is slightly faster, but it can happen that you just aggro an enemy on the way and get hit if you don't path carefully enough. So the right side is kind of a safer choice here.
Fair enough.
I feel
And
that
might
kind of
also-
sums up. I feel that
yeah, might
sums
also
up
just
the,
be-
the route for Iron Boy. He just plays everything quite
Oh,
a bit
yeah.
safer.
Look at that cheeky
gold.
gold split. Split,
That's the
gold
gold,
split.
nice.
Gold split. Very nice. As Sif goes down for Catalyst, and he saves a little bit of time there. Oh, man. It's kind of weird. It's just funny that they're on the opposite way round. I'm pretty sure we watched their runs from this point as well, actually. Their last runs they did like this. We watched them from about this point. Oh, man. But Iron Boy looking really strong as he goes towards the Calamite fight. It's... Yeah, I mean, coming out of DLC, you got like the top runners, Catalyst and Oldsku, both coming out of this, sub 40. Looking at those low 39 50s. So Iron Boy looking to get a 42 right now out of DLC. Making that improvement known. Seeing that one. Yeah, there's a little bit of RNG in the Calamite fight. That's one of those ones that you can't control at all, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where he'll either fly behind the mountain or stay in front. Fly behind is very complex.
Gallus Calamite strat, a very nice, somewhat recent strat. I think like 1.5 years old or something, which is new for us. Anyways, and saves a big chunk of time over what we had before, because you will see Calamite just flies in and out of the arena, and in most routes you cannot really do anything here with that. So what you'd have to do if you don't do the Gallus Calamite we see here being done is to trigger Calamite flying in, then finding a chest with a key, opening a door to an NPC with a key, talking to an NPC, shooting Calamite down, and then returning to the arena to fight him with melee on the ground. So this strat saves so much time over this.
And here's those 3 hits you were talking about earlier with the endurance, just to survive those 3, thanks to strong magic shield picked up in Duke's archive. Multiple archives, not just the one. 2 behind the mountain cycles though for Iron Boy.
Yeah, actually quite a lot coming in together here with the Dusk Crown Ring as well, which gives you more casts, and you need those extra casts on the strong magic shield to be able to pull it straight off. So it's really nice that you get this ring anyway from Hydra, which you need to kill anyways, and that the strong magic shield just happens to be after the skip you do in Duke's Archives, which is faster to do anyways as well. So it kind of ties in neatly together here, and it's really cool.
Still 4 seconds difference between Catalyst and Oldsku. 29:35 Seath time for Oldsku, 29:31 for Catalyst. You can see the time loss coming out, sadly, for Iron Boy here. I think, did he have just this absolutely sweet Calamite? Like,
That was 3 behind the mountain, I think, there. That was just really bad movement from Calamite. Don't know if that would chalk up to a full 13 seconds of time loss, but it's definitely not good.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, and there you see the confirmation Calamite is actually dead with the Calamity ring and the souls dropping in on the way to their air rolls down the elevator here.
It does look a bit weird, but yeah, it's you'll see Calamite kind of like twitch, and you'll see people normally either preempt that just with the right timing to use their dark sign. Some people even go for like a double death type deal, and like Calamite will twitch, and then you'll know it's done. Ooh, okay.
Catalyst in the meantime getting a really good guard Arteris again. Still losing time. Insane. Because that fight looked really good again for him. He just is really good at this fight apparently.
Yeah. Kind of nuts how he's just like slowly catching up to Iron Boy as well. You know, we've just watched this moment. He's on the Calamite split now as well, and it's looking good. 7.6 seconds ahead is Catalyst. Man, these two don't stop. Sif goes down.
This man.
Okay,
it's 3. Alt go here.
It's 3 seconds again. 31:01 versus 30:58.
Yeah, Alt's best possible time 3 seconds faster right now, but he also has more splits to do. We can still lose time on it best possible compared to Catalyst. So yeah, I guess again we have to look at these two.
Yeah, we'll just watch and see Iron Boy finish off his DLC, because he's been putting in a nice performance here. Then after his DLC's done, we'll see what the other two can come up with, as we have the Calamite fight just being jumped into now by Catalyst. So as there's a Sif fight going on for Gentov, and 2 run beginnings for Nax and Dan. Dan just taking down the Taurus. Dan taking down the Taurus Demon, and Nax on his way to get the red Tearstone ring.
Cather is getting into Calamite now. Shielding the first attack. A Manus though, let's see how this Manus goes for Iron Boy.
Yeah, it looked like the second hit did land, even with the weird jump came out from him. Ooh, okay.
The shotgun.
Aggression. You wanted to see him walk left and do nothing for a little bit, please. Not the worst, but, you know.
Yeah, that's still an acceptable fight. Definitely.
Okay.
I'll
roughly even.
Save some seconds here. 4 seconds save for Iron Boy compared to PB.
He's done with DLC. He's going to go on to attempt to get that 1 king. Now, we saw him get his first 1 king earlier today. He did get it and get a 15-second goal, but he did change his route again, I think. So, unless he's gone back to the old splits again, because it is kind of sorted on to earlier it was saying at a different time. But anyway, yeah, he should be able to get that one again, actually. Let's have a look at his time save potential over here. Yes, he's gone back to the old split. So these are the splits that have the 15-second gold, thanks to the 1 king. So we'll see if he can get it again.
But, meanwhile, Old School had a kind of terrible Guardian RNG.
Yeah.
But luckily, Old School is just good enough at the game to be able to chuck in some Soul Spears in between lightning attacks, which is a really tight window to hit. But he just was able to do it. We'll lose a lot of time here anyways. Well, not a lot actually, 4 seconds.
There's a big time loss coming out for Catalyst on this Calamite. He's losing all his time. He's going into the red now.
Dead.
And when he died,
Actually, I also did a double KO of Calamite. I think it's a double KO.
Oh, he's going for the double. Okay, cheeky. We were talking about that earlier. It's a lot weirder looking, isn't it?
He resets. Maybe it wasn't a double KO after all. I think Calamite died there, but
I think it did. I just think he believed it was not, and it wasn't good enough. You know.
Yeah, maybe
I think he was
time
+4 at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunate. So
With that in.
all eyes on Old School.
Yeah, well, all eyes on Old School indeed. Catalyst.
On his way to RT.
I mean, knowing that he had that up to that point and then dropping it at that point in the run is kind of worrying, I guess, for Catalyst to say that I kind of need to keep this going.
Oh my god, it's terrible Taurus RNG for us.
Oh, he fired off to the
That was not RNG.
Yeah, you can see.
Shake.
Yeah. And he
Gotta
dodged the
still get
Soul
to
Spear,
1.
all of the Soul Mass attacks, second Soul Spear as well, I believe.
Still
Wow,
doable though.
that hurts. Yeah.
Ah, no one king for Iron Boy.
Ah, yeah.
That's a big
Now,
king loss.
if
Having to wait for
Olsku
the
is
second
lucky,
king.
if Olsku is lucky, he can just get back on track if Calamite gives him the right cycles. So I
Yeah.
think he had a triple behind the mountain RNG in this run he's comparing against.
He's got 8 seconds to save, and that sounds about right.
And
Hmm?
another 10 on Manus.
Oh yeah. What actually happened to his Manus? He got rained, didn't he, during his Manus
Yeah,
fight?
he got a rain attack in minus fight.
Another 10 overall between Quailag and Gwyn. That'd be pretty hard time save to get.
Yeah. He's still got to get past things like the Capra Demon and obviously Gaping Dragon setup. His setup's nice. Obviously, we've seen it work so well for him over the course of the weekend. It's one of those things, again, just kind of like with Catalyst as well, you know, where before he got his PB just now, his record, in his previous one, in the 30, he didn't get RTSR. So he knew that he had that. Just go even and get the RTSR. And the same thing is true of Oldsku with this run. So, yeah. Thing to note, at least.
Yeah. But then picking up RTSR, we've got Gentov going into Artorias as well here. As the Calamite fight goes on.
Unfortunately, yeah, he lost a little bit of time to Guardian. He was ahead 22 seconds, and now he's behind, I think, even, like, plus 0-0. So, yeah. I'll tell you what's really funny, right? You know when you're, like, plus 0.0, how much worse does that feel than minus 0.0? Like, there's no time difference at all in that, but it's so much worse.
Yeah, for some reason, right?
God. Yeah.
Artorias down.
Yeah, looks looking good. And he got a nice chunk of time save there. 30 seconds. Lovely. Should be happy with that.
I think Gentov's got time saves all over the place.
Ooh. Looks like also got a good RNG here.
Oh, hello. That was a bit wayward. That was a bit...
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I don't think he changed his angle there. He got the good cycle, it seemed, but yeah, fired it off to the left. That is a rather large rip for both of our runners contesting for that follow-up time. Man.
So good. It looked so good for him. That's unfortunate.
Just fired it off to the left, wasn't it? Really, really wayward shot. Is there, in terms of like casting speed, right? And like at what point it locks in the angle? Let's pop back to Iron Boy jumping into the Gaping Demon fight, Dragon fight. Yeah, I guess it's one of those things where it like locks in the angle at a certain point, maybe, and just kind of like didn't get the angle sorted in time.
Yeah.
I guess that is like the trick, or like the difficulty that comes in from the better cycle is just, you know, you have less time to set up and less time to confirm. But yeah, it's coming up to 5 minutes to midnight. It's minutes to midnight here. I mean, we're not here in Sweden. I'm in the UK. And Red's in Germany, and I believe Kermit's in the UK as well. So it's only 11 o'clock for us, but midnight coming up in Sweden in CET. And of course, we will be locking in our final runs at 1 a.m. So we've just got like moments over an hour to go before we lock in our runs. Olsku and Catalyst were both on fantastic runs and lost theirs as they were kind of squaring up once more. Looking around to the side, Danflesh currently in Sen's Fortress, looking for that wall break as Nax is approaching the ONS fight. We'll probably catch, I think, just to jump over to Nax, we'll catch this ONS fight as he approaches it. And then at this point, as we're coming to the top of the hour, I think it's time to, after the ONS fight, we will take our next break and then gear up for the final few moments of this event. It's been exciting, though. 3 days is coming down to these last moments.
It's
A little
been
bit
a good
more
weekend.
Yeah.
And 3 records as well.
Yeah, I think one in qualifying too. So it's kind of been
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's been impressive. But we've had a lot of passion coming out of the Dark Souls community, and a lot more to go. So there've been obviously, I think it goes without saying, but obviously these 7 runners have been putting on an incredible show this weekend. If you have been enjoying what they've been doing, make sure to obviously follow them on their socials, so you can kind of keep up to date with what they're doing and support them as runners. Obviously, the casters who have been alongside me as well have also been doing incredible work this weekend, sharing their knowledge, filling in those gaps of information that that I have, really kind of offering their time and efforts to you guys. It's been a pleasure to share that space with them. But we're not done yet.
Still got an hour and at least 1 record to get. I feel it. I can feel like we're gonna
one
get
more
one
record
more.
to get.
Someone's gonna get it.
Yep, and not just the record, but also personal records. Personal bests are a thing that, speedrunning is about. The competitive side of speedrunning. What we're doing here is about that world record being the best and getting the fastest time. But as a community, it's very, very different. It's all about that collaboration and working together to create the best speed. Nax is taking a drink. I reckon we should all go and do the same. We didn't get to quite see the ONS fight. We're going to take a quick break. I think it's coming up to the outside. I'm going to be stepping off, and I believe
Yeah, I'm as
Kermit,
well.
Red is going to be joining me. We'll have Kermit sticking around. Oh, I'm getting a message to go to bed. And we'll be having Ben will be joining, as well as Ash will be taking over from me as host for the rest of the evening. Thank you very much for watching. Break the Record Live 3 days is coming to its conclusion very, very shortly. But we'll be gone for about 3 minutes. Get yourself a drink, stand up, stretch your legs, and ready yourself for the finale of Break the Record Live here at ESA Marathon. Don't go anywhere.